Hi everyone, greetings, and today I will be demonstrating how the loop node works in the workflow agent of the Oracle AI Agent Studio, and I will walk you through a simple example to explain this concept clearly, and let's understand with the one of the practical example. So for that we will go in the tools bar, and in that tools we will go in the AI Agent Studio app. So after opening the AI Agent Studio app, we need to create one agent teams, and for after that in agent teams we will see the loop node in the workflow agent. So 1 minute, I will create one agent teams here. To create the agent teams, click on the agent teams bar below and click here the plus sign, so it will allow us to create a new agent teams. So for that we have to give the agent team name. So right now I will simply give a demo test, any credentials I will give. We need to select the family, for which family we are creating this agent team. So I will select the SCM, and like for we are doing for the PLM in the context of PLM, so in the product we have to select the product management. We have option to create that select the type. So like I said, we will going to check the loop node in the workflow agent, so we have to select the type as a workflow here. And after filling all the details, we have to give the basic descriptions. So for now I will give the test workflow agent. This is cost and time saving, just estimation, so this we can ignore. And after this, if we have to select the any LLM, so we can select the default model. We can select the security for who all can access this agent teams. So for that we have options here. This and Yeah, that's it for now. And here in error handling also, if this agent teams handles permanent error or encounters any error in between, so who all can get notified using this email ID, so that all also we can capture here. So for now I will just keep that blank, and I am just creating a simple agent teams here. So I have created the agent teams, and at the left hand side we have a node types, and in that we have a specific nodes under that particular types. So like I said, we are going for the loop node here, so that will come under the workflow control types. So in that workflow control types we have a for loop here. So to create, what is this for loop or loop node in the workflow agent basically? So this is the loop node in the workflow agent, I will say, is basically a feature that allows a system to repeat a set of actions automatically for a multiple records, or for a set of list of items. So instead of creating the same step again and again in a workflow, we can define it once, and use the loop node to iterate over a list of items, like for to fetch any of the details in the list of that items. So how it will work, like it works by picking each value from that collection one by one and executing the same logic until all the entries are processed in the system. So I will let you know by this example. So for that, if we have to create this loop node, we have to click on this plus icon here. Okay, so before creating this loop node, we should have the some set of items or some list of items with us to play with in that, right? So before the creating the loop node, first I will create the business object function, so that the output which we will get from that business object function, that we can get done iteration of that in the loop node. So it will give us the clear example, practical example for the loop node. And so here what I will do, I will just write, give the name of this particular node. So I will give test bo node. Again, this is a error handler. If we have to give if this particular node get encountered with any error, at which node it should fall back. So that fallback node we can select from here. Currently we don't have any other node apart from this, that is why we don't have option to select from here. But if we do have other options, then we can select the fallback node when this particular node falls and encountered error. Again, the family we have to select, and the product for which we are creating this. Now we have to select the business object, for which business object function we are doing this. So I will just mm, 1 minute. So again, before creating this, we will create a quickly business object functions. Business object function. So for which we are creating, I will write that here scm scm here. For now, I will just select for product management, test all work orders. Resource type will be the monolith, and here we have to give the resource path. We have to select give the business object functions as well. So get all work orders here, and I will click on done and create. So this is a one business object functions got created quickly. So again, we will go in the data and select the business object function. So test bo1, so this is the new bo which business object function which we have created came up here, and we have to select the functions. Okay, and after selecting that, we have to select the output in the simple mode. So here click on the add, and we will select the output, so that the output which we get from that business object, it will get stored in this parameter, we can say. So, and the type of this will be the array, because if you see here in Postman, this is the resource path. When we execute this, what the output which we are getting here, it is in the array format. You can see here, this is a array and this is a output in that array. So that is why I select, we given one parameter, all the, and the type we have selected as a array. Click on apply. So this is how business object function node got created. So this is a one example how we can create the business object function node as well. Then after creating this business object function, the output which we will get in terms of array, to iterate that output, so we will use the loop node. So we will create the for loop here. So test loop Now if you see here error handler, we have one other node. Just before this we created the business object function, right? So that will come up here. So if this particular node encounters any error, to fall back in which node, that we have to select in this error handler. For now I will keep this as a blank. Okay, and so mm, we use the loop node to iterate over the items of collection, like I said, and inside this loop node we define the what actions needs to be performed for each record. In this case I will show you like what we are trying to extract. So here this is a collection, from which collection it should check, I mean the process all the list of items that we have to give it here. So the output from the previous node, it should follow in this, right? So for that we can go in this context option and select the whatever the nodes it should come up with. So the output of this particular node, if you can see here, you can add it here. So I will add, we can add it manually here from the context if we are not getting, like output dot items. So context in nodes, this is the node name, and in that node we have selected output and their parameters. So this is the collection from where it will the iterate, this loop will iterate. In the processing mode we have a two options, sequential and parallel. We will select the sequential one, so it will process one by one in the sequential manner. So just click on create. So this is how loop node got created, and this is how it looks like. If you have to drop down that, you can do that. This is how it looks. In that loop node also we have option to add any other node as well if we want to add that. So I will add one code node here, just to give some of the coding part, like how what data we want to fetch in this loop. Like if we have to give any of the conditions or any of the data what we should fetch from this particular items of array using this loop, so that we can give using the code node. So for that we have to go in the logic node types, and we have to select the code node. So simply give the name of that node. Again, if you see error handler, now we, before this we have created two different nodes, so that will come up here. So if we have to select any error handler, we can do that as well. And what will be the return type? So return type will be there in the string format. And here in this source code we can give in the JavaScript format, like in the coding language JavaScript we can write any of the thing, or if we have to give any logic, that also we can write. So currently I will write a simple one, like we can use the context as well. So we have to iterate from this loop using the current item. So every, for the each current item what data we want to fetch, so all this data is there, like organization ID, organization code, organization name, and all the details for each work order. So right, so for now I will just fetch the work order ID, so that we have to give it here. So this means, like in the test loop, for the each current item we are asking them to fetch the work order ID. So that, for that we use this code node, and we will click on the create. So this is how loop node come up with here. And so in this, till now we used three different nodes. One is a business object function node, another is a loop node, and after that we use the code node inside the loop node. Now after getting the data, if we have to, I will drop down this. So after getting the data, if we have to send this data over email to someone, or to notify this. So for that we can use the communication node types, and in that we have a send email node. So click on plus sign, communication, and send email. So this is just for the communication purpose and to notify the user or to get the data over the mail. For that we are using this. Now we have to give the recipient. So this we can give as a dynamic as well, like by adding any of the triggers or parameters at the start, or by using the system level as well, if we have to add any current date or current date and time, so that we can select. If we have to give by user details, then username also we can give. So it is up to us, we want to hard code this or give the dynamic details. So for now I will just give one email ID. One minute. This is not. For now I will just give as a username. Email subject, anything we can write in the email template. If we want to add from the context, we can add a context from loop, or from this. Inside the loop we have nodes, right? So this test node and their output result. So this is how we can show this, and this is how we can create. So in this example we have checked the business object function node, loop node. In the loop node we created the code node, and we created the send email node just for a communication purpose, to send the data over the email, right? So to run this workflow agent which we have created, we need to go to this debug option if we have to run in the edit mode itself. So when we click on the debug mode, it will run in the background, and here we have not selected any trigger type, so we just have simply give any of the parameter and click OK. So automatically this agent will run and we will get the output. So if we have given the communication email as well, so on that email also we will get the data, and here also itself we will get the data. Currently we have faced in the test email, it got failed just because it does not find out any of the mail ID, right? So I will quickly update the mail ID here, so that I can show you as well on mail how it look like. Click on update after adding that. Again click on debug mode and just say go, so it will run and you will get the data over the email as well. So yeah, how it worked, I will also explain this here. Okay, so as soon as I say go, it started, and after getting started, it went to the first node. So in it first node was business object function. So it went to the business object function, and we got the output in this items array format. So we have all the data, we have all the work order present in the system in this output. After this business object, we use the loop node. So through looping, like to iterate all the work orders data just to find out the work order ID for every work orders present in the system. So for that we use this loop node. And if you want, if you can see here, this is the output of the loop node, like how it is showing here. uh, yeah, you can see here, this is the output. So this is a one uh, work order ID, this is work order ID. So these all are the work order ID which we got from the system. And this is a test email. Here we are getting the email ID, and we are getting the email using this email ID and all the data of this work order present in the system. So I can, so this is how it works uh, using the loop node, as well as the with the help of business object function or other nodes as well. So this is a one simple and practical example, we can say. And this is, and like this will be helpful like when we have a large set of data to repeat some of the action. So we can use, give this particular node along with the other different 17 types of node we have present, 17 to 20. So that all we can use with this particular loop node, and it will help. So overall this loop node, I will say, is a powerful feature, and that simplifies the handling of multiple sets of records in this particular workflow. So it will improve the efficiency as well, and it will reduce the manual effort. So we can design this simple and on a large scale format as well. So that's it for the loop node demonstration. Hope this helps you to understand how to